welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Shirley, also known as Backttalk, and I do anything Disney usually, but today we're back at the Funko Hollywood store in Hollywood, California. I do these videos about twice a year just so that I can update on what is still at the store, what has changed, what new Funkos we have, and everything like that. So the first section of the store is the front of the store, and this part is usually whatever is trending at the moment or whatever movie just came out. As you can see, I went right after Ariel was actually added on Disney Plus, so it had been a little bit of a while, but they did have the Ariel merch. You can also find the Funko Pop merchandise here, kind of like the souvenirs. They have these hoodies, they have t-shirts. The sizes are pretty big in range, which is kind of nice. But not in every style, which is not as nice, but you do have choices. It was also during Pride month, so you can see that their table was Pride. Right now it is Halloween themed, so again, it depends on what month you go. I really thought this was such a cute nod. I really like that they put characters from shows, like Oscar from The Office. I don't know, I thought it was a cute nod. And then you keep going and you get into the MCU verse. I hadn't seen Spider-Man before. Let me know if he's new. I think he's new because I hadn't seen him before. And again, here we have Black Panther. This has been its home now for a couple of my visits. I feel like this is where it's been residing. I don't think it did as good as the first movie, so I think that's why it had so many from the movie, from the second movie I should say, that they still had to sell. As you can see, they have all sorts of Funkos. They have the Funko pins, they also have t-shirts, and here is some Marvel characters, a lot of Spider-Man. I did not go with my husband, but I sent him a lot of pictures and I was shocked that he didn't want all the Spider-Mans. I believe that this is going to be one of the most popular costumes for Halloween. Let me know if you're going to be Spider-Man for Halloween. Either this or Barbie is going to be like number one. Here we have some of these styled Funkos, which are a little more costly. And then you get into the Guardians of the Galaxy little cave, which I've shown in my previous videos. Very cute, a lot of picture-worthy places. They have these Luchadores Funko Pops, but I feel like they've been here forever. I feel like it's been years. My husband bought them and sold them and bought new ones, and they're still here, so I'm not sure why they haven't gone on sale yet. If you collect those, they have a bunch to pick from. Eternals, another movie I don't think did that well, so I think that one has just been sitting on the shelf. These bags were on sale, so it was nice to see that some items were on sale. So these bags, these wallets are on sale, as you can see by the different price tags on there. They were still a little bit expensive, but sale nonetheless. And then here you have more Black Panther 2 memorabilia, no, Funko Pops and items. So it was kind of nice to see it, but they do have a lot, so it'll be interesting to see how they go through this inventory as they try to fill in for new shows or more recent shows. Like here we have Moon Knight, which again, I don't think it's been as popular anymore, so I wonder what their wait time is. And then here we have all of the Lokis. Now this was exciting because I know when they first came out, everything sold out, so it was kind of nice to see that they still have quite a bit of selection for Loki and anything Loki styled. Here is Peter Quill. I love that statue. We dressed up as Peter Quill for Halloween, I want to say 2 years ago for Oogie Boogie Bash, so that was what we decided to do for our couple's costume. And here we have Baby Groot. This is from the, I don't know if it was shorts or special episodes where it was just all about Groot, but I really liked it. It was really cute. Some episodes he was just, I don't know, a little bratty, but I found a really cute one that I'll show you at the end of the video that I ended up purchasing, because I think Groot is really cute, but I try to not buy as much. We also here have the Guardians of the Galaxy, and we saw Cosmo, and I was shocked when my husband said he didn't want Cosmo because he is a huge Cosmo fan. I will say I don't like the voice that they gave Cosmo in the movies, but apparently that's true to what it is. So yeah, maybe I was just shocked. And then here we have more Avengers, some neat ones that again sold out when they first came out, but obviously they're still there. You have collections of them. You have the shows from Disney Plus and all of their Funko Pops. That Scarlet Witch one, which was like a very popular costume last year. And then here is the exit with the huge Groot. And there's my friend Kat wanting the mini me. Next up, you will be greeted by the gatekeeper Hagrid for the Harry Potter section. This section has grown quite a bit, and of course it has some of these characters from the prequel movie that's related, kind of, but mostly Harry Potter. So they do have quite a bit of bags. I think it's mostly Loungefly now. Before, they had their own Funko brand. Well, Loungefly is Funko, but like a different Funko brand that was a little bit cheaper, maybe about half of what a Loungefly cost. But this time it was just Loungeflies, and it was the regular Loungefly cost of things, 80 to 100 for backpacks, 20 to 40 for wallets, the normal. And they did have these pins, which is kind of nice. I just don't like the backings as much of the Funko pins. I just feel like they're a little more rough to play with, but they did have quite a bit of a bigger selection of Funkos than before, and of course this area is very popular, so I only got a little bit of snips of it. But here you can see that there is a bunch of Harry Potters, Mad-Eye Moody, which you don't see often. You have the one and only Lord Voldemort, which I hadn't seen before. I had seen the ornaments because I own it, because I bought it at Target last year. There's a couple Hermiones, which honestly I think without her nothing would have been accomplished in the books, quite honestly. And then they have these sets that you've seen everywhere. I've seen them everywhere. I feel like they're having a really hard time selling these sets. They did have some Dumbledore, which I hadn't seen before, but I bought one that came with the castle, so I figured I don't need multiple Dumbledores. But if you know my Funko collection, I do have multiple Ron Weasleys. In the last clip, if you saw, there was a Sirius Black, which was nice to see because he's really hard to find. I did find him thrifted, and I bought him for like $2 or something, so I didn't need a new one. There was also Lupin, and Lupin with the set, and Lupin without the set, which was nice to see. And this one, which I think they're gonna have forever because I feel like I've seen it in every store. You also have the entrance. They had the Gryffindor mascot with the plaque. That's it. They didn't have any other house. And then they had some of these Ron Weasley with the car, which I have. Professor McGonagall, which is awesome. And then little Hedwig, which I considered getting. And then if you look up, the portraits actually move from time to time, and they wake up from time to time. So don't forget to look up in the store. There's a lot of things up. Yeah, so don't forget to look up. Here we have some DC, which I really cannot talk to you much about. I am not a big DC person. I feel like all the movies are so dark. I just want them to illuminate them, put some light in there. So maybe I'll just put a little bit of music right here so you can enjoy them without somebody bringing up facts that aren't fact. So enjoy this section. There was a little bit more to that section here on the sides, but it was a little too dark for my camera to pick it up. But you'll just have to believe me that when you come out of that section, on the left there's Funkos and on the right there's Funkos. The store is kind of dark and the music's blasting and it's busy, so just a heads up on that too. But anyways, we got to the bathroom corner, aka the sale corner, and you can always find stuff from their Stitch collection on here. Not Stitch like but Stitch Shop collection, where they do like dresses. And sorry, that was such a bad impersonation of Stitch, so I apologize to everyone. But here are some dresses that were on sale. They were still a little bit expensive, but it was kind of nice to see again that they do have sale and they are trying to go through their inventory. These were some backpacks and wallets that were on sale as well. So these ones were from last year. I saw them during Halloween time. Airbender, this one from Hero Academia, I want to say. And then they did have Funko Pops that were also on sale. So I hadn't seen that before, so that was pretty exciting. Now moving on to a section that I do know about, but I will still probably lie to you. It is Disney time, yay! This store, I want to say half of it, no, maybe a fourth of it is just Disney alone. And they do have Disney and Pixar in two separate sections, so I will show you both together. But here you are getting into the princess, and right now it is Moana. It's been Moana for a while that they've been showing at the section. And then here they had this Tinkerbell bag that was kind of expensive, $125, but I think you could light it on, which is kind of nice. It kind of looks like a popcorn bucket, and it's just as not comfortable as a popcorn bucket. It sounds cute in theory, but then when you take something like that to the park, it can be very inconvenient. Here you have the Little Mermaid set, and this is from the animated original version. And again, you can go up there and take a picture. It's really cool to look at. The amount of detail they put is quite nice. Then you get into Arendelle and you have all of the Disney princesses. All of them are housed here. So as you can see, there's their villains, Dr. Facilier, which is my favorite. I hate his Funko Pop though. I wish they would have, I don't know, his little teethers, they just throw me off. You have Elsa and Olaf looking like the old version of the Funkos. I'm not sure why they look like that, like the itty bitties. I don't know, there's something to them. So here's Cinderella, and she has, you know, the commemorative 100 years. There's the backpack, which is kind of holographic and nice. Then on this corner, you have more princesses. So you have the Chip backpack, which I considered getting, but I showed restraint, so good for me. You have Lumiere, which I also considered getting, but if I get Lumiere, I have to get Cogsworth, and I wasn't ready to do that yet. They do have Beast with the little birds. I got this one last time I came, and Beast with his beard all, like, you know, when they were trying out his outfit. And then you actually have Elsa and Anna in some of them, but here you can see the whole Frozen family. You also have the 4 set of the princesses and Pooh, which I don't know why he's in this section, but he's a princess. And I really like this backpack actually. It was a really cute backpack. I don't know what it is recently, but I really like Winnie the Pooh merchandise. I think they make it super cute, and I think after watching Christopher Robin, I really started liking Pooh and Friends. So now that we're done with the princesses, you keep walking, and yes, you can take pictures with villains, but you have a couple other movies here on the outside. Here it looks like they were showcasing Alice in Wonderland, so it had all of the products. They also had some of these hoodies, which I absolutely love. I feel like they could be cheaper. They almost cost the same as a Loungefly, but they're super comfortable because they're baggy but not baggy, big but not big. Hard to describe. I really like it. You have some villains, again, Dr. Facilier, Hook, and then they have it in this neon. Let me know if you collect these neon Funko Pops. I haven't been able to get into them, or the holographic ones. Really, I just stick to ones that look just like the character, or ones that are just so cute that I just can't pass them. But here we have the next section of Disney. This is where everything else fits that didn't fit in the last categories. So there's a big section for Nightmare Before Christmas with all of the neon signs. There is another one that's not neon with normal ones, and Kat bought one of the zeros from here. Look how cute. They also had more villains. They had a Hercules section, which was actually outside, and now it's back inside. And they had these backpacks, which I've actually seen on sale on Loungefly.com. So if this is something that you wanted, look on Loungefly.com right now. They have sale on a lot of Loungeflies, including the one that I'm trying to open. But yeah, look there because they have them on sale. Sometimes I see them at the Funko store, but I wait and see if a sale comes through, and oftentimes it does. If you keep going, you can find more of these hoodies. There wasn't any that I really liked, and you could find some of these shirts. I actually like how busy these shirts are. I think they're awesome. But here you have all of Mickey and Friends. So there's a whole section dedicated to just Mickey and doing Mickey things. So there's the Hollywood Tower one that I considered for my husband. There is this one for the 100th anniversary, Pluto, Rainbow. There is Clarabelle, which you don't see often. There was a Walt that my husband had to have. There was another Walt with a book. So they had a really good selection this time around. We also have Lilo and Stitch, which is not as popular anymore. I feel like it used to be super popular and now it's slowed down. I considered getting that one because he looks so sad, and I think, I don't know, things look cute when they're sad, which sounds so bad, but they do. Here is more Clarabelle merch. There is a Loungefly and some Proud Family Funko Pops, and hopefully you don't get the song stuck in your head, because every time I say Proud Family, I think of the song Proud Family. See, now it's happening. There's also Mulan section. They've had a Mulan section for quite a bit, but it was kind of small this time. And they do have in the middle pretty much where they put anything else that didn't fit. So as you saw, the Sorcerer, it was there. They do have this Goofy section, and sometimes they have selective Funko Pops there, but there wasn't anything special this time around, or anything that I saw that was like very captivating. They had an Aladdin section, which was kind of nice to see the genie. I hadn't seen him before. Or these Abu backpack, which again is very cute. But Aladdin is not one of my favorites. Again, it's kind of a dark movie. And then this is a Pixar section. You actually have to walk a little bit to get here. You have to pass the Funko Yourself section. But they put Pixar all to itself, which I kind of like that they do that. They had these Pixar toys, and I've been wanting to buy one, but I don't know, I didn't want to look for it. I was kind of lazy, but I still want it. They had these Pizza Planet backpacks and this Lotso bag. And again, I'm not a big Toy Story person, but I guess I am because I love anything aliens. I bought this purse that looks like a drink from Pizza Planet. I love Lotso. I don't know, maybe I do like the movie, or maybe I like the aesthetics of the movie. I have no clue. They also had some Coco, but Miguel wasn't my favorite. It's one of those things where, again, I love Miguel, but they can't make him right. Everyone look out because we are in Dinosaur Land, the Jurassic Park. This is the Jurassic Park section. It used to be spread all over the place, and they finally condensed it next to the Jurassic Park Jeep, which totally makes sense. They had a lot of old Jurassic Park Funkos and a lot of new Jurassic Park Funkos. If you turn the corner, this is where you're starting to get into shows and movies. So here you had some Lord of the Rings. So my friend Kitty was checking those out. They had other products that I wasn't too aware about. But it's kind of nice that they had some shows or sitcoms and things that you might want. I always look for The Office. I do collect quite a bit of The Office, and I look for anything that I think my husband might like because his collection is huge. Let me know if you ever want to see it. They have Seinfeld. They've had Seinfeld collection for quite a long time. They also had a Friends one, but they don't seem to have a Friends one anymore. They stopped doing that one. Here we have Game of Thrones. It's so cool, but I feel like, again, no one watches it anymore. Here is The Office. They had some selection, which was kind of nice, but I have a lot of the ones that I wanted, like Dwight Schrute for the Christmas episode. I already had that one. Pretty much anything with Jim I had. This Michael Scott was tempting, but I was like, maybe not. I'm just trying to be very selective now. They had some board games as well. Love me some Ted Lasso. I think we got that game. I don't remember if we played it though, but we have it. I just don't know that we've played it yet. And then here you go to the Stranger Thing corner where they put different shows like Squid Games and maybe shows that are just a little bit out there. Which I don't know. Are you excited for Squid Games too? I don't know that I am. I feel like they should have just closed it. Will I watch it? Yes. Umbrella Academy, another great show that I will definitely watch as soon as it comes out. Stranger Things, of course, but I hear that it has been moved and it's not going to come out as fast as we thought. And then you're getting close to the horror section, but here they still put some shows that happened before. If you thought the dinosaur section was scary, now look at this. This is the scary section, kind of. I actually really like Pennywise. Pennywise is one of my favorites. I used to watch the original on VHS, yes. And I used to fall asleep to it, so that's how much I like it. The new one is good too, but not as good. But yeah, you have other horror cast here, so if you're really into it. I have some students who were obsessed with all of this. They have this coffin in the middle where they used to put Loungeflies, but now they have these little plushies. They have shows, so it's not just movies. They had like the new Chucky show was here. What We Do in the Shadow. They had Colin Robinson, which I thought my husband wanted me to get immediately. They had so many cute ones, but he's right. I feel like if we buy one, we need the whole cast. They had other shows. They had E.T., which is an original. I've seen quite a bit of E.T. pops lately, so I don't know how many people still love E.T. or how many young people have seen E.T. They had Jaws, which is awesome. I hadn't seen that Funko. And then they had this one. I hadn't seen this one before either. I don't know if it's new or I just neglected to look in the window. They had Beetlejuice. Yes, I said Beetlejuice. No, I won't say it. You're fine. But he's really cool. Very nice picture up. And then moving on, you have Indiana Jones. This section has not sold well. They used to combine it with the Jurassic Park Funko Pops because they had a lot of those. And I feel like they've had this one for quite a bit too. I think the last movie didn't do too well, so these Funkos didn't do too well, which is unfortunate. It's cool selection, but they had a lot of different characters. we're moving on to Star Wars. Yay! They do have quite a bit of section of Star Wars, and I actually changed my mind. I think there is way more Disney than 1/4. I think it is going to be 50% because Star Wars is technically Disney now. But this whole section is Star Wars, including a ship in the middle, which I didn't take a picture because there was a lot of people. They had this Jar Jar Binks Funko, which I was really excited about because both Kitty and I love Jar Jar Binks, but not that particular Funko. They made him just a little too funky. He needs to be a little more chill, you know? They had this backpack, which was really neat, but I wasn't ready to buy it. And they have quite a bit of shirts and Funkos, and just the selection is huge, and I just cannot keep up with all of the Star Wars episodes and all the Star Wars shows, and I have no clue when was what. And I've tried watching the movie in the right sequence, and I don't know, something always happens, and I end up watching the same movie over and over again. But yeah, so there is really neat. If you look up, there's another picture up. So if you're a big Star Wars person, there's quite a bit of pictures you could take here, and a lot of Funkos that you could find that are just dedicated to Star Wars. And Grogu, look how cute. But yeah, don't forget to look at the shelves on the outside because sometimes it doesn't fit. They had these Valentine's Day ones, which I thought were really cute. And then moving on to animation. I want to call this animation section. But as you can tell, there is all sorts. They had Dragon Ball Z, which my brothers were not allowed to watch. Let me know if you watched it. They weren't allowed to watch it because it always led to fights. So there was the only thing that was not allowed. Everything else, very chill parents. But Dragon Ball Z up to a certain age, no thanks. They had some backpacks as well, which is kind of cute. They had a lot of Hero Academia. They had whatever this is, which I'm not going to talk about, so I don't disrespect anyone. I think they had Freddy's at Fridays. I don't know. There's a new movie coming out with Josh Hutcherson that I'm pretty excited about, but I have know nothing about it. And here you have more of these animated Funkos, which is kind of nice, and this section is always kind of busy. You have more animes, and maybe I should have just played music. You know what? I'm just going to play music in this section so you can enjoy it without me trying to guess what's happening. Ooh, Caterpie! Moving on, I hope you enjoyed that section. We're moving on to these Funko Golds, which I really haven't seen anything apart from this part of the shop. They also have the Funko Shop, which usually they have like exclusive Funkos. Again, they didn't have anything. And then you move on to this section with music. So as you can tell, you have Hamilton, but you also had Queer Eye. So I don't know what the section this is. Maybe it's just extras. You have the Jabberwockies. You have John Lennon, which I almost purchased a couple. Oh yeah, here's me touching it, thinking about it. I don't know, I really liked it. Slipknot. I'm trying to see what other bands I might know, but they have quite a bit of bands here, and sometimes they have the whole set for the whole band, or they have the ones with like the special backing to them. They had Snoop Dogg, as you can see on the top. And then across from here you have sports, which again I know nothing about, but there is all sorts of MLB, basketball, NFL. But yeah, you can find different teams. Your team might not be here. I try to look for the Bears because we go for the Bears. And there wasn't any Bears here for my husband, but there is quite a big selection. So if you're into sports and Funkos, there is a section. And then finally, the last section that I always check out, which I like to call the vintage memorabilia section / product placement. A lot of pictures here that you can take. Captain Crunch. I have not had Captain Crunch in years. I couldn't tell you the last time I had Captain Crunch. Let me know in the comments if you had Captain Crunch recently, and if you like it with the berries or without the berries or only the berries. And you can try to guess how I like it. Yeah, it's gonna shock you. Anyway, so here you have some like older movies. I don't want to say older, but you know, they're just like they just hit home. You just think about childhood. They had SpongeBob, they had the Ninja Turtles. The movie just came out. We actually went to go see it, and it was pretty cute. Would I recommend spending your money in theaters? Maybe not, but it was enjoyable, so definitely see it. Then you have some Looney Tunes, which is kind of nice to see. I like the original. We don't talk about the new Looney Tune movie. You have Shrek. Well, you had Fiona, which was kind of nice to see because Shrek is such a good movie. And then you had Minions, of course, and Scooby-Doo. And this is more like the Universal Studios section, which is so much smaller than Disney. But it's still really nice. They had Mojo Jojo and the Powerpuff Girls. Let me know which one's your favorite. Mine was, I don't know her name, the green one. Oh my. Moving on. They have Avatar Airbender. My brother used to watch that nonstop. Well, he watched it a lot. I don't know about nonstop. They have more products here. I was checking out the Tapatio Man, but we're more of a Valentina family, so I couldn't get them knowing I like Valentina more. And then you had McDonald's. You had this really cool backpack. But I feel like I would get hungry. Like if I carry this backpack around the whole time, I would think I have a real kid's meal, and I would get hungry, and I would end up in McDonald's, and nobody needs that every day. So yeah, but it was pretty cute section, pretty out there bags. But yeah, overall this section is very empty often. You can take quite a bit of pictures. It's fun to look at, and there's a lot of memorabilia or things that will make you go, oh, I remember that. And now we are getting close to the end of the tour and the end of the video. So this is some of the knickknacks that you can buy last minute as you're waiting in line. They had these new ones that were less choking hazard. They had the minis, which I don't know what to do with them. If you collect the mini Funkos, let me know what you do with them because I never know. They did have some pins or mystery pin packs, which I don't know, my luck is not great with them, so I opted not to buy any, but they had a lot of little knickknacks. They had this combo for 120 where you can get the back and the Funko with the case. Which is okay. I feel like that's what it would cost separate. They had these itty bitty pops, which you've probably seen everywhere right now. They're at Target, and Target had quite a bit, at least my local Target did. They had some keychains, they had more mystery pins, they had a Winnie the Pooh one, but it wasn't as cute as I wanted it to be. But yeah, there was a lot of them. We considered getting a Harry Potter one maybe. They had this DC one. They had Ninja Turtles. I want to say they had MCU. I've seen Star Wars, obviously Disney. So they're coming up with a lot, and I think it's pretty smart because people like me are stopping to collect, but I would start all over with the minis. But yeah, this is what we ended up purchasing. We didn't purchase that much because we were very contained. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, let me know in the chat. If you want me to do a different walkthrough or want me to focus on something, let me know. If you prefer just music and no talking, let me know. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope you have a magical day, and until next time, adios.